delivering on time, you know. I had to take a couple months off from even talking about Kadena because when I talk about it,
you know, that stuff happens though.
Yeah, I know, but it
you know?
it can happen, but your team has to come on here and show face. Like, you can't not hit deadlines and then just go ghost.
Well, I think there has to be a reason for it. There has to be a good reason for it. I really do believe there is.
Right, I believe there is, but why don't we have it? That's the problem, is like nobody's telling us what the reason is. It doesn't matter. It's not how you grow a community. That's just bad for business. You got to come on here and show face. Even Charles Hodgkins
they're zoomed out, bro. Like, they know what they're building. They know where they're going.
Well, that's fine, but I'm saying you're making it harder for us. Like, the community wants to get hyped. We want to know what's going on. We deserve a right. We own the coins. You know, we're securing the network. We're playing our part. All you have to do is
and express this to them.
Yeah, they know. We already know, man. I mean, yeah, just come online, man, and say, hey, like, we said we were gonna launch CatX in November. Here's what happened. We don't. Does anybody know why CatX didn't launch in November? No.
Cricket.
Right, like we don't know why, and we don't know why we don't have ledger support. It would be nice to say, like, hey guys, we ran into this issue with KPIs and we were having trouble doing cross-chain transfers from this, but like, hey, we're on it, and like, we got 20 engineers that are working on it around the clock. Our estimated due date is June 1st, but hey, we're gonna keep you guys updated every step of the way. We're working 24 hours, you know, just something simple like that. You got to keep the community. I mean, you don't have to do anything, but Kadena's also tanked down 90% off from peak.
Well, maybe this Francesco guy is going to start doing that. You know, I mean, you know, they might just be a bunch of laser focused nerds, and they just want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but you can be whatever you want, but Kadena's 90% off. So whatever they've been doing hasn't been working. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they have to change it up, and what they've been doing has not been working. Like, Cardano is only, what, 60% off right now? And Cardano, you know? Kadena shouldn't have went 90% off. Kadena should not have went 90% off. That's that simple. I mean, I'm not complaining because we're buying Kadena right now at $3, which is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Bro, I literally just bought another $1,000 worth of Kadena like 10 minutes ago.
I got my limit orders filled right now, man. I bought 100K worth of Kadena. What's that?
I said, I'm literally telling everybody I know, like, in my personal community, like, hey, opportunity happening right now. Alert.
Once in a lifetime, man. There'll never be, I mean, I won't say never, but opportunities like Kadena, oh man, they very rarely come twice in a lifetime, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how we could get more, like, I don't know how I could get more bullish on an asset than I am on Kadena right now.
Well, you know,
like, are you guys, what other assets, are there any other assets that even come close to Kadena?
Not on the tech, man. Not on the tech front.
Like, and Solana's broke, what, like 7 times this year? Yo, Hidden Profits Crypto, what up, homie? Let's see if we can get Astral in here. Mr. Kennedy, what up? You guys want to join in? Feel free to join in, man. I love
Hey, by the way, Ryan, if there's another way to support you than besides through Google, I did go to support you last night, and I don't have any of my shit hooked up with Google, so I didn't
that's all right, man. No, you guys don't have to support me, man. Just come join the channel, man. Come hang out.
Well, I fuck with you, so I'll support you no matter what.
I appreciate you guys, man. You guys helped me out, man. I wouldn't have got my YouTube channel back if it wasn't for you guys, so thank you guys, man.
Bro, look, we all want the same thing at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah, I know,
we're all
man.
in this together.
Let's just hope that, I just keep thinking, like, you guys got resources, right? So if you don't have the people on your team, like, hire them. Especially like somebody that could just talk about Kadena on YouTube every day. Like, there's just a few little things
you should type a really heartfelt letter and send it to their headquarters and like fucking put one of those like red wax fucking stamps on the front and shit. Make it like super like, you know, so it gets their attention, right?
Yeah.
Send it to their headquarters and fucking let's see what happens.
For sure, man. I think they're gonna do it, man. I think they just got a lot of irons in the fire right now, man. I just like giving constructive criticism because I'm so passionate about this project, man, and I want to see them do so good, you know. It's like, and I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if they have legal issues like that, they can't say things or they can't, you know. I don't agree with the whole we don't give a date thing. Like, because then you don't even know if we're talking about 2 months or we're talking about 2 years. Like, you can't give us a ballpark general idea because they don't want to be held accountable. But like, the community loves you guys so much, nobody's going to be mad if you guys don't hit a date, right? Nobody's going to be upset, especially if you guys just come on here and you say, hey, like, we didn't hit dates, right? Like, open lines of communication. And that's, I just look at what Cardano has done, and you know, the technology was never there. There was nothing there but a community. And how did that community get so big? Because Charles was online 3 times a week, just keeping the community updated, and it grew that community so big that they were able to get a $94 billion market cap. That's insane, man. Without a smart contract and then having a $94 billion market cap is beyond bonkers.
But just to interject, how's it going, Ryan? How's everybody doing?
What up, Will?
I just I want people to understand that Charles Hoskins had to get online because he understood how far back ADA was. So if he didn't get online and start going, then everybody's going to lose interest. The blockchain is a ghost chain right now. Don't get me wrong, they probably will do well. But he knew that he had to step in because the tech wasn't there. The one thing I think people are not understanding is, did Bitcoin have any marketing? And the answer is no.
Yeah, they
so
did.
We have to
Dude, the first Bitcoin Jesus legit bought a billboard when Bitcoin was 25 cents and said now accepting billboards, and then he ran 25 and he ran like $250,000 worth of marketing campaigns over a 2-year period, and he went and toured the world. The community stepped up and marketed Bitcoin. Yeah, man, you got to just dive into the tech, man. You got to.
What my opinion on this is that Kadena's tech is so superior to everything else out there.
Yeah.
The devs are going to pick it up. You don't need to, in my opinion, and I could be totally wrong, just giving my opinion, but I don't think there's a need for marketing. Did we have any marketing from 10 cents to 28? No, we didn't. I'm pretty sure we didn't. So what I'm trying to say is, once the devs clue in to what KDA is, believe me, they are going to follow suit and start coming in. Now, what would be the reason if I was a dev and I'm using Solidity, ETH, all of the other chains or whatever, why would I want to come over to KDA? And it's pretty simple. It's because of security.
We know that, man. We know Kadena is the most. I mean, I've been saying that Kadena is definitely the most advanced. I'm talking about growing a community, not a blockchain, because the community builds the crypto. You don't build a community by staying in the shadows. You build a community by showing face.
Just got to give it time, man. Let the team do whatever they're going to do. Just give it time. Like, what we're doing right now is sort of shooting yourself in the foot, right? Like, just saying, oh, we need this, we need this, we need this. I would say just let them go. Let them do whatever they're going to do. I mean, if it comes out 3 months from now and the thing's superior to everything else on the market, the devs will pick it up, man. We're entering a stage in the market where institutionalized money is starting to come in. So if I'm a Fortune 500 company, I'm looking at Ethereum, I'm looking at Bitcoin, I'm looking at all of this stuff. I have a team that I've hired, a crypto team. They're going to come right back to me and show me KDA is top notch. This is where you want to put your money, or you want to have something spinning because of the security. If you put it on ETH, one of these other chains, I mean, you could get attacked, front running, whatever it may be, transaction fees, whatever it is, right? So I think all I'm trying to say is
what business in the world has not marketed? Never one. You're competing against legacy businesses. If you don't act like a legacy business and you think that your tech's the greatest, I mean, I could go through history and show you some of the greatest, most advanced technology in the world that failed because of marketing. So marketing is so important, and it's all about building a community, because it's not like we haven't been supporting Kadena. We are so supportive, man. We're just giving constructive criticism, because if you don't have anybody that ever tells you you're doing something wrong, or we don't like something that you're doing, you're never gonna know. Like, we're not bashing Kadena. I'm not saying Kadena's shit. You know, like, there was some really questionable things that happened with CADX, and then they didn't answer it, you know? Very questionable things. Like, you can do whatever you want, but look at, again, like I said, it's 90% off. So I don't care. I'm like buying Kadena at 90% off, but a lot of us lost a lot of money because things didn't launch on time, and then nobody told us anything. I mean, I'm down $24,000, man, and I don't have a gold spoon, man. I work hard as fuck for every penny I make, man. Like, I have to scrape by, eat peanut butter and jelly sometime to fucking get by. I got a fucking 8-year-old kid, man.
I totally agree. You know what? If I told you, I'll be totally honest with you guys. I wrote it to the top, and I'm writing it right down back to the bottom, and I'm gonna write it back to the top. If I told you the profit that I was looking at the very top, you guys would probably keel over right now.
I agree.
So don't worry about that. I'm not worried one bit. I know that I'm gonna see that profit again, and then we're gonna 1x from there. But the whole thing is, it's time. This market is so stupid. 90% of the people in this market are noob, have no clue. They don't even have a mathematical equation to determine whether a blockchain, an event blockchain investment is good, right? They're just going at it, right?
I agree, man.
So just give it time. Let the smart guys start coming in. Let the big boys come back. I mean, what's happening right now is institutionalized money is playing the sideline. They're doing their research. Those crypto teams hired by these millionaires, billionaires, they're all doing their research. And I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time. All that has to happen, there's a humongous gap in this market. And once that gap is filled, you're going to see a shit ton of people running across that gap and entering our market. I mean, I say in the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to onboard about 1 billion people. That's a $50 to $100 trillion market cap. We're sitting at under $2 trillion right now. People don't understand what's about to happen, right? Like, yeah. Even with the banking system, this is going to kick the banking system right in the ass, and there's nothing that they can do about it. We have second and third world countries stockpiling to get away from US sanctions. They will create a market in Bitcoin just to exclude people that don't participate, right? So that's why the States is going to regulate, and crypto is going to be like a stock and bond market, right? Fully regulated, top 100 coins, whatever it may be. Right now, we're all angel investors, right? So we're going to see government stepping in. We're going to see Fortune 500 stepping in. We're going to see mom and pops, dowries. Everything across the globe is going to be entering our market. This is the biggest bubble the world is ever going to see. And I'll explain about I just want to touch about this bubble thing that I explained. So what's going to happen when regulation comes down the pipeline, you're going to see the bubble burst. So when whoever the president is says, blah, 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 on this date, we're going to regulate the market. Towards that date, you're going to see a regulation. Towards that date, you're going to see a correction towards regulation. But after that date, that's when you're going to see money come into this market like you've never seen before in your life. That's when Kadena is going to go boom to the moon. When they start interacting with stock and bond, all of these other markets, for whatever it may be, everything across the board. This is the second beginning of the
And they got the patent on it too, so it's like an unstoppable force.
There you go. Right?
That's the kicker. That's the kicker.
That's
there you go.
No one can go. You can't go around Kadena, bro. People have to come through the front door. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Welcome in, have a seat, stay a while, because we're going to the moon.
It really is, man. It really is. The only thing with the patent that I wonder is like, you know, it's a mathematical problem. So is there 2 ways to solve that problem? You know, like proof of useful work, proof of stake, proof of useful stake, proof of the moped titty twister compression algorithm with ZK shards. So it's either way. It's like not. You don't have to just create your own. You don't have to create your own algorithm. You have to create your own coding language to write that fucking algorithm, and that takes 4 years. Like everybody thinks Kadena has just been sitting here, right? They've started in 2016, so it's not like we're just now not giving Kadena time. They've been building for 6 years now. So this is awesome, man. It's all coming to play, man.
Yo, speaking of dev, I would love to offer some dev perspective, and thanks for adding me as a speaker.
Yeah, come on in, man.
Yeah, I'm catching my breath. I was just jogging some stairs, so excuse me. But also, you know, I love hearing both sides of everything too, right? Like, I think that's super valuable to hear both perspectives of, hey guys, we need some communication, but hey, you know, maybe we don't, because they got their head down focused. So there's advantages to that. So I just think these combos are super valuable to the whole community. So yeah, thanks for continuing to do this, guys. But to touch on Kadena Fam's point with you know, these devs coming in and building upon Kadena, you know, with my experience, I came in as an investor in Kadena in like October when it was like $3 or so. And I also wrote it all the way to the top, and I'm writing it to the bottom.
Yep.
But I started learning how to develop on it back in January, but only for a couple weeks, you know, because we had launched our project, so I was helping with the community building side of things, and the arcade and those sorts of things. So I kind of took a pause on PACT because of how like not user friendly the whole thing was.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah, so I got back into it. It's been about a month now, and I've officially been able to launch some smart contracts on testnet, and they're usable and linked to the front end, and that's been great. But literally the way I learned it mostly was going through Kadena's Discord and searching, copy pasting errors and putting it into Discord to see if anyone else had that error. That's how like inconvenient it is to learn this thing, right? Like I love it. You're right. Like with the security, it's so cool. I can secure these modules, all these functions, and I'm still very beginner to it. I mean, I've been a full stack dev for over 5 years now, in the Web 2 space. So I'm pretty new to Web 3. It's been less than 2 years. You know, I started developing on Luna with Terra, and you know, the documentation was like, even the documentation on there was like sexy, you know, like it was easy to follow. There was a community, you know, it was built in Rust. People had already kind of known Rust, where like here with PACT, like no one knows PACT, right? And then the people who kind of know it are still struggling, and the documentation's like all over the place. And yeah, there's not like a lot of support. So I get you, with like, we need some big developers, but if there's not like even better communication on the dev side of things, like then the tech's not going to grow either, you know.
100%.
Like they're giving these grants, and that's great. Like I know, you know, a few people have applied as well, and like, you know, haven't really heard anything. And you know, Kadena Eco's here, but we haven't really been like hearing that much about what's going on. And even like on these calls afterwards, like questions aren't really being answered. So yes, like the tech will speak for itself, but not if no one's building it, right?
Thank you, sir. Thank
well,
you,
perhaps
man.
we're way earlier than we even imagined. You know,
Well,
perhaps we're just
right.
like,
We definitely are, but there's some things that like if you look at a business, right? And like how a legacy business would be running, because that's who you're competing with, right? And we get that it's early, but like the PACT developer tutorials, when you're failing on step 1, like I couldn't get past hello world, and there's no documentation. So without the community voicing their opinion, does the Kadena team know these things? And if they know these things, well, they've been problems for 6 months. So it's not acceptable, in my opinion, that, you know, you're trying to tell people like, yeah, come and build on Kadena, and then they go to open up the Hello World tutorial, and without, like, I don't think I should have to go to a launch pad to build something on Kadena.
Right. And
so
then,
is anyone bringing
like
these problems to Kadena?
Well,
That's the question.
Mean, look
Yeah,
at
they
like
know.
Kitty Cat and
Okay.
Babena, like creating their own docs now, right?
Yes.
Like, they're creating their own tutorials, which is like not funded by the Kadena team at all, and like those have been more straightforward than like some of the stuff I've seen, or not even more straightforward, just in general, just existing, like they exist.
Yep.
Okay, well then maybe this is an opportunity. Maybe I'm sorry, I don't know your name, the dev who's speaking, but maybe this is an opportunity for someone like yourself to maybe develop some type of simple way for people to understand things. I don't know. I kind of don't know what I'm talking about. I just had this idea.
I thought
Maybe
about
this
it.
is an
You're totally
opportunity.
right. Yeah.
I thought about like I'm actually already ordering a Linux computer so I can actually stream like how to code in PACT, right? I'm going to sit on here
Okay.
and teach myself, and then I'm going to make step-by-step tutorials on how to do it, because whoever
That's a
does
really good
that
idea.
is going to be like if you were the first YouTube channel making how to code in Solidity tutorials, you talk about evergreen content. Like you are not just evergreen, like you are continuously green. They're going to always update PACT. So you're going to always have new, fresh content to make updates. And like, you will have a never ending Ferris wheel. What the fuck's a Ferris wheel? Ferris wheel. You'll have a never ending Ferris wheel of content, of evergreen content. And by evergreen, I mean, like if you make a how to code in PACT beginner step 1 coding in PACT video and people search that on YouTube, if your video is good and your watch time percentage is right and the content delivers, you will stay at page 1 on YouTube for the next 5 years. Like go to search how to code in Solidity. Outside of the sponsored videos, you're probably going to see this like a video from 3 or 4 years ago on page 1. So like when you get page 1 spots and you can hold those for 4 years on YouTube, there's nothing more valuable than that. Like the guy that made a how to tie channel, I want to say he's got like 1 million subscribers now, and the only thing he does is teach people how to tie ties. Stupid as fuck, right? But the guy's got $1 million YouTube channel about tying ties.
Yeah, right now there's only the official Kadena channel, and then you'll see like Typing Kate. Shout out Typing Kate.
Yeah, shout out Typing Kate
videos,
for
but
sure.
they're like 3 hours long, you know, so they're not like very friendly. So you got to really pay attention, you know. And like each one's like 2-3 hours and like 5 parts. So you got to spend like 15 hours trying to learn it, but they're so valuable.
Typing Kate is off the hook, man. She's got the. I'm a huge fan of her, man. She's gonna create something. I hear she's working on her own wallet too. What I hear.
All I know is if somebody builds something on Kadena that makes real world adoption extremely easy and efficient, we're not going to recognize the face of the earth in like 20-30 years. Like everything is going to be like,
I agree.
It's going to be different. Like if somebody really builds something, because you got to think about it, right? Like how many people do you know personally in your life that is just not involved with crypto because there's just like this barrier of slight barrier of complexity.
Yep.
And somewhat imaginary complexity because people think it's harder than they think. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And people think that like they jump in there, they think I'm giving Kadena a hard time or trying to make them look bad. I'm the biggest Kadena holder in the fucking world, man. It's like makes up 90% of my portfolio. Nothing I say is ever to bring them down or make them look bad. It's saying, hey guys, like I'm bringing these issues to your guys' attention vocally because I've had so many emails, I can't keep up with them. And if all these people are messaging me about these problems, they're coming to me because they've already tried to go to the Kadena team and they're not getting the help or the resources that they need or the answers to their questions. So, you know, maybe the Kadena team just needs to add some more employees and get some social media managers that can, you know, help deal with these things.
They're probably just waiting for somebody to step the fuck up and show up with something for them to actually like, hey, like I have this solution. Here's this solution. Not like,
there you guys go.
Oh, wow, bitch. Not like that.
Yep.
Or not an email, question. Show up with an answer. I mean, this is fucking Stuart Popejoy we're talking about, goddamn.
Whoever shows up with a step-by-step tutorial how to code in PACT, step 1, here's video, step 1, getting started in PACT. You send that to them, fully edited, proper intros, the whole 9 yards. I bet you're the go-to PACT guy, and you're making all the PACT tutorials on Kadena's, you know, YouTube page. And then on top of that, while you're already getting paid by the Kadena team to make their tutorials on their channel, replicate that same shit, change it a little bit, obviously, so it's not branded by Kadena, but then start it again on your channel. So you're going to get paid to run the Kadena YouTube channel, and then you're going to get paid to run your own channel. It's brilliant.
Still, it is mildly concerning that they weren't really proactive with this to begin with. I don't know.
Short team, very small team in the beginning. They didn't get any, like when they were going into the VC meetings with like Solana and Avalanche, like, you know, Solana's saying that they're doing 720,000 transactions per second. On paper, Solana looks so much sexier than Kadena. But it's all just, you know, like you see what it looks like in real world use, you know, it just keeps breaking. So I know that Kadena team was at these VC meetings trying to get funding from, you know, the big guys so that they could build the team that they needed. And they just kept getting just basically walked over and like laughed at and like laughed out of the picture. So they just built it all themselves with what they had. So like, and they're building something so special, man. It's like I want to give them hard, and you're right. Like, it's
you
hard
know what? They're probably staying in their bubble, Ryan. That's probably what they're doing. They're probably just staying in their bubble and keeping their head down until they have the product where they want it to be. That's the only thing that makes sense.
And it's hard with like, you know, like people don't really realize like when they make a YouTube video, I don't know what their attorney hours are, but I know that their attorneys are really fucking like the big dogs in New York that you don't hire out of a newspaper, or like these lawyers contact you. Like you have to know somebody to get like, so I can only imagine what their retainers are. And just like my interview with Stuart, right? Like they have to send that off and pay an attorney for at least an hour of his time, which is probably $5,000 to $10,000 an hour just to review just my interview with him, just my 10-minute video. Like if you're making sponsored videos or anything that Kadena's name's on it, you have to have their attorney review it. I mean, that shit's a lot of money. So I get it, but it's kind of like, all right, we're at a point where things are starting to pick up pace really quick. And I think like just the very basics, like a really good wallet, Chainweaver wallet would be phenomenal. And then like you guys say, just like the basic developer and coding shit would be so awesome, man. And this is, again, like we said, we're all just, hopefully the Kadena team's listening and can hear like what we're saying, because it's all for the best of intentions, you know, like we're all rooting for Kadena. If you guys could say like, what would be your biggest complaint? Like just the lack of developer resources and, you know, a good wallet and some launch dates outside of that.
Communication, you know? Yeah.
And I don't think, do you guys think anybody in a year from now, when Kadena's mooning, do you think anybody's going to care about anything we're talking about? Do you think anybody's going to even remember this? Hell no.
No. With your Kadena yacht.
Yeah, like as you're in a Lambo, like, hey, I'm still bitching about that shit. Remember when you guys launched? You know?
I mean, lack of developer resources, lack of a good wallet. But I mean, beyond that, there's this idea that if you build it, they will come. And so far, those things are still like left wanting. But furthermore, there is the issue, as you guys mentioned, marketing, and then you kind of that ties in with the developer resources issue, because it's a major sunk cost kind of thing as far as man hours trying to learn PACT. And I've spoken with teams who are building shit on like other L2s, like, you know, during like VC due diligence type stuff. And I've asked them about Kadena because, you know, we're both aware of it. And their sort of take is like, look, it's difficult to learn. There's no community there. Why would we want to do this? And like, I know like
that'll be changed quickly, because it's a no-brainer. Why, right? Security.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is make it easy, which they will. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. You know, Solidity was extremely difficult. I tried that back in 2016 and wanted to rip my effing hair out.
Yeah, Solidity's sick. I mean,
it wasn't sick in 2016. I tell you that. They did not have the shit that they had now. It was difficult. Yeah. I couldn't even figure out how to build a freaking miner with 6 cards back in 2016. Well, 16. Yeah.
So I think you guys just hit the nail on the head. In 2016, Solidity was hard as hell to do anything.
It's still hard as fuck.
So we're in the beginning stages of our smart contract language, where it's hard as hell to do anything. But 5 years from now, all of that documentation is going to show up. Yep. We're going to be, and everything is going to roll, right? So I think we just gave ourselves the perfect example of what is to come on KDA, even if we don't have marketing or whatever it may be. And also, there's nothing spinning on KDA. So let's let the DEX get up and running. Let's let Marmalade get up and running. Once there's some money moving on the chain, I guarantee you guys are going to see some crazy price action. But I got to step out. I wanted to say thanks for having me up, Ryan.
Thank you, man. I'm okay to the moon, baby.
Nothing but love from Kadena family, guys. Take care.
We can't wait for Monk to, man. That's going to be, or Mock. What do you guys say that? How do you guys say that? M-O-K? Or you guys had a name for that?
Yeah, Mock. I would say
Mock. Mock? Okay, cool. All right, I just want to make sure I was saying it right. And how long are you guys till you guys launch?
I have no clue. I'm not a part of any of that.
Oh, I thought you were part of the Mock team. Okay, my bad.
No. I'm independent. I'm on my own, downtown Toronto financial district.
Oh, here it is. There's the Miners at Kadena. Oh, sorry, my bad, man. You sound like the guy from Miners at Kadena. my apologies,
man. Take care, guys.
Hey, take care.
We got Miners at Kadena coming in right now. Come on in, guys. The water's warm. This is awesome, man. I like this. Enzo, what up, homie? Danny B in the house. Henry, what up? Crash, what up? Don, what up? Good to see you.
Hey, everybody.
Yo, what up? Miners at Kadena in the house. What up, man?
Hello. I'm good, thank you. What about you?
Great, man. Can you turn up your volume a little bit if you have?
Turn it up?
Yeah, if you can.
Hello. I have, excuse me, I wanted to launch a NFT project, a augmented reality NFT project on Kadena. So is there a platform where I can launch my NFTs without knowing how to code the smart contracts?
Not yet, my friend, but they're coming. Best way to do that would be follow their Discord, follow their Telegram, and join in there and join in the Marmalade and see what's going on in there. I think we're all kind of waiting for Marmalade, but maybe the miners at Kadena can shine some light on that for us.
So is Marmalade some platform like OpenSea where you can launch NFT with mintable option?
Oh, hold on. Let Miner at Kadena explain what he knows way more about it than I do.
I know just really a tiny bit. Sorry that my throat is a bit sore. I'm just smoking way too much lately. Well, Marmalade is an infrastructure project. What it is that you're waiting for are two things. Right now, you got the Hypercent NFT marketplace that is announced, and we're waiting for that to come out. But you also got Babena Art, which is an additional NFT marketplace and launchpad. And then, yeah, for sure, you can launch your NFTs over there without needing, to know a single line of code.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you for building on Kadena. We're going to have a lot of fun having you.
There you go.
Welcome.
Hey, I gotta jump, Ryan. Hey, thanks for the airtime. I appreciate you guys. I love everybody, and take care and stay up.
Thank you. Miners at Kadena, when are you guys planning to do your IDO?
When are we planning to do our IDO, or where?
Where and when?
Where, it's not announced yet, but
Okay.
we have already confirmed a launchpad partner. I'm just about to be releasing our monthly report in a few minutes, which will show what it is that we've done this past month. And when it comes to the IDO itself, probably June, July. A lot of very busy days, but we're not rushing it because tokenomics specifically, that's a tough thing, and we don't want to mess them up.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. How are you doing, Ryan? How's everything?
Oh, man,
You
so
having fun
excited,
lately?
man. Just counting down the days, man, to summer. And Kadena summer's
wow.
coming, baby. I think it is.
People just have no idea what's coming.
I
Truly.
know, man. It's
Like,
fucking wild.
They're
Bro.
just seeing red and red and red, and I'm just so excited lately.
I know, me
because
too, man.
This is where millionaires are made. Not financial advice, but this is where millionaires are made, right?
Multi-millionaires,
It's going to
man.
be so fun. Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be the greatest wealth shift in the history of crypto. I think it's going to happen so fast because when the market goes bullish and things are breaking, and they break every time we go up, if Kadena goes up and it's not breaking and everything else is, that's going to be the biggest shift. And then it'll be like, I think it'll go from like the ETH killer mentality, like this, to like everybody just getting on board and being like, okay, like even if we're late to Kadena, you're not going to be late to the Kadena ecosystem because it's never going to
for
stop
sure.
evolving, and there's always going to be new good projects to get into, you know, and it's going to go up so fast. I don't know how to explain it. Like I didn't watch the Solana ecosystem. I watched it take off, but I wasn't like this into it, you know. I'm so excited because if you have been in our privates, like we got 50 to 100 people that are showing up every night that are just like, this is all we're focusing on. And I, one person, can't even keep up with it if I tried. And it's nice that we got like 50 of us in there that are really adamantly, we don't miss any AMAs anymore. We don't miss any updates. We're always like, it's really cool to be involved with an ecosystem this early with this much potential.
That is so incredible. You have even no idea because you know how they say never put all of your eggs in one basket?
Yep.
And that's just a matter of risk management, and it makes sense. But the biggest problem is that people try to diversify so much that they lose track and they have no idea what's going on.
Yes,
when you're
sir.
centralized within an ecosystem, you have the chance of, yes, you're centralized on a specific blockchain, but you can diversify along all of those assets that are being created.
Yep.
And because you're so early and because there's not a lot being built, you understand every single thing that is going on. Always. And it's amazing. And being early, that's the best feeling in the world.
That is the best feeling, man.
Right.
Best feeling.
I gotta head out, guys. Gonna go sell my home and cars and put it into KDA.
For sure, man.
Bullshit.
No, I just.
Yo, what up, Don?
Thanks for having me on, guys. Glad we got to chat. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Come on in, man. Have a good one, homie.
Okay. I'm gonna have to squat also because we got an AMA in a bit.
Do you, man? Do
And
you, man?
I don't wanna be late for that. Just for your question, it's mock.
Mock.
Yes,
okay.
Ryan, been a pleasure. pleasure. Thank you so much for having me for these couple of minutes. And I'm going to see you guys later.
Dude,
Bye-bye.
love you, man. Miners Kadena to the moon, baby.
Love you too.
Later, bro.
Cheers. Bye-bye, man.
The second as well, I just wanted to say, speaking of going all in, KuCoin just launched isolated margin for KDA. So if you do feel like going degen with some leverage, you can.
I just got liquidated on a $2,000 KDA long, man. I'm coming back though. I'm getting it back, I promise.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks, man. That's awesome, bro. Anybody else want to join in the party, man? Come on in. All right, if this guy trolls me, we might be getting trolled. ADA Juggernaut, come on in. Let's hope you're converted, man. Feel free to jump on in, man. We got a packed house tonight. Good to see you guys, man.
Ryan, what's good? What's good to the KDA family?
Don, what up, homie?
Chilling, bro. Oh man, I wanted to catch the miners because that brother asked a question about minting an NFT, and they kind of mentioned how easy it was without knowing a line of code. So I definitely want info on that. I'd do a channel on that alone.
Yeah, man. I think that everybody that I hear about PACT is it's just hard to get started, right? Like the hardest part is like getting past the first like couple tutorials, and then after that I hear it's easy as shit, you know? But there's still like when you do hit problems, like he said, like you got to go into a Discord and I don't really know how that goes. I mean, it seems like it would be, I don't really know. Just hire a team member, like hire more people. I don't know how else to.
Right.
I just throw money at problems, man.
That was the miners that answered that, though, right?
No, that was the earlier guy. Well, I don't remember, man. They sound the same, didn't they?
I know. I can't tell either. Right. I wasn't looking at the screen to see who was talking.
Me neither.
Cool. Yeah, I got to check that out.
Man, this is gonna be fun as shit.
That's gonna make. I think if really once Kadena starts tapping the community more for whatever it is, developers, real AMAs like that AMA on Binance wasn't an AMA at all.
No, not at all. For sure.
Yeah, that was just some typed code that they had
Yep.
some answers and blah blah blah. But once they start doing that, that'll make all the difference. I think they're just holding off because they don't want to, shoot too early.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Hopefully.
And pull Charles Hoskinson,
I think that's the industry's just jaded from Cardano right now. We've been
definitely.
We're so excited about Kadena, but we were so excited about Cardano too. It's hard to show people the difference, but there is a big difference.
Yeah, no, there is. There's a huge difference. Definitely.
Yep. So, it's hard to show the world that there's a huge difference, though. I've been trying my best to. Tanner, what up? Tanner's got it. Check out Tanner. He'll tell us about coding impact because me and Tanner might work together on something, and he's been. It took him a minute, man. What up, Tanner? I was hoping you were gonna jump in here, buddy.
What's up, dude? How's it going?
What up, bro?
Oh, not a lot. Just hopping in the chat, trying to see how's it going.
So tell us about your journey with PACT. Like when you first got into it. Hopefully the Kadena team hears this and they take constructive criticism for it. So did you have any issues when you first got started with PACT, and what were they?
Yeah, well, I was just going straight through the Chainweaver development kind of portal, and just going through the regular tutorials submitted by them, especially that Hello World tutorial. The main issue I came across were submitting the key pairs, and it took me like 2 days to actually deploy a contract. Just for everyone, I've been developing like software and performing like automation in a different language, for professionally for 3 years, and then altogether probably 7 to 10 years. And so I expected to pick up on this pretty quick, but that whole issue, they have an issue with their web client portion on their Windows. So you can download, I think for Mac and something else, you can download the actual physical wallet application on your computer. But mine, I have a Windows computer, so when I was performing this, it's through a web client. And they have some issue with their web client. So when you're submitting key pairs, it's pretty odd, and there's not much documentation on that.
Okay, but you were able to figure it out, and then you're able to execute your first smart contract, right?
Yes. Yeah, I found a Stack Overflow comment from about 7 months ago, and got her deployed after more issues.
Yep.
It still wasn't that descriptive. So I think really good documentation or tutorial on just how to submit these key pairs to, that way you have like one key pair able to manage, but then also using another key pair for deploying and utilizing that contract.
Say that again, Tanner. Your last part cut out there. Like you had your hand over the mic or something.
Oh, yep. So if you have basically two accounts on your chain weaver,
Yep.
right? Just from my perspective, then what you can do is you use a key pair for one account, and then when you deploy, you use that account to deploy your actual smart contract, and then when you go over to sign, you use your other account to actually sign it.
Okay.
It's difficult to understand. I still don't understand it, and I managed to make it work. So if
Heck
that tells
yeah,
you
man.
anything.
That's awesome, man. That's what I like to hear, man. It's nice to know that you can figure it out. It's just all we really need is proper documentation now, and a majority of people should be able to figure it out. Was part of the issue because you were on Windows? Because I tried it on Mac and had the same thing, and I was just like, I just got to get a Linux computer so I can just at least have the ability to know that it's not something related to Mac or Windows, you know?
Well, I think it's just odd, period. I think just getting used to the whole key pair situation, because you can have many, many keys, right? And then you can update your smart contracts too, where you can allow certain key pairs to be able to
Modify code.
Modify or just deploy, have actually access to that code.
Wait, is that something you can't do in Solidity?
I've never dicked around with Solidity at all. But.
Damn, that sounds badass that you can edit smart contracts. I wonder if you can, man, I just feel like there's so many cool things that Kadena is going to be used for that you can't do in other blockchains. That's some of the stuff that I'm most excited for. Like what is PACT allowing us to get past that we previously couldn't get past outside of like the obvious security and shit like that?
Yeah, it's going to be insane. You're going to be able to write code, smart contracts, update them. You still have your key pairs. You can manage your key pairs. You can control who manages your actual code versus who can deploy your code. All of that. It's fantastic.
That's badass, man. I can't freaking wait, dude. I can't freaking wait. What are you guys looking forward to the most to get built on Kadena? Like what projects are you guys most excited about? Anybody? Somebody's talking, Mr. J. Nope.
Hey Ryan.
What up,
How
homie?
are you? Hey, I have a question though. I bought my KDA in KuCoin, and for some reason they suspended the withdrawal, and I usually transfer mine to Zellcore, and now I have to wait. Do you know how long it will take to get the out? Because I just bought like 5K of it, and I just want to make sure that I put it in Zellcore, you know.
I know, me too, man. No, it's they've suspended them for weeks at a time. They suspended them for days at a time. They suspended them for 2 months one time. That was the longest. So I would assume, I mean, obviously it sucks to say that, but I guess at least in the next 2 months, I would just say keep tagging KuCoin until just tag KuCoin on Twitter until enough people are complaining about it. They didn't unlock it last time till, what's her name? She owns Lunar PR. I want to say Natalie, Nikita, yeah. Nikita, the founder of Lunar PR, one of the biggest PR marketing firms. It was literally like it was frozen for 2 months, and all of a sudden she sent out a tweet, and then literally like 30 minutes later, Kadena was freed up. Probably just random coincidence, but you know, the more people I guess that just tag them on social media would be the only way for them to get. You know, I don't know. It just seems like it's such bad for business, right? Like this isn't KuCoin's first time. Like all they have to do is just reset their nodes, unless there's. Like I said, unless they're selling Kadena that they didn't have or something like that they don't. Like if it's just as simple as if it's a node issue, but they're up in withdrawals are up on Binance, they're up on Coin Metro. I can transfer money to Zellcore in and out. Like it doesn't seem like there's any issues with Kadena's side. It seems like it's just KuCoin.
Yeah, I bought it last time. I was able to transfer the rest of my coin to Zellcore, and then the second time, which is last couple of days, I couldn't withdraw it. So it's like kind of bummer.
Yeah, I got a shit ton stuck on there too, man. I don't know. Probably
Is there any way to stake the KDA, or any platform that can do that?
No. Well, there's Zelcore connects API access to Binance Global, and I'm pretty sure that you can create a Binance Global account and go right through your Zelcore wallet and buy Kadena directly from Binance, and it automatically deposits it right into your Zelcore wallet, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
Hey, Ryan.
Yo, what up, Don?
I'm seeing, I was looking on DeFi Llama the other day, looking into TVL.
Yep.
And it seems like Babena, whoever that is do you know anything about Babena? Is that a staking platform?
That was created by Thanos. I don't really know. I know
that's Thanos' platform.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think in his decks too, like I asked him about his decks and he said that it was just to maybe test or make a project, or he forked something or did something with no promises or intentions of it ever being anything else. I don't know how he explained it. It was kind of weird. Like he just built it to show everybody that you could build it and it's usable and it's there, but no promises that it's ever going to be like the world's greatest decks or anything like that. So I don't know if Bahina Babe is the same way or not, or if that's something that they're going to continue to develop on.
Because Babe has the most TVL locked.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's one of the first projects built on Kadena. So it's awesome seeing those little projects. Like, people said that you couldn't build anything on there. Well, there's already stuff built on it, and it's working.
It's like, yeah.
I just don't know if they're waiting for some major, obviously, the decks. I'm not really sure if Kadena is fully usable and fully ready to work, or if there's some issues on the Kadena side. We haven't really had any clarity on why we don't have a DEX. Is it issues with the DEX? Is it issues with Kadena? Is it issues with wrapped assets? Is it issues with what we don't really know? So it's kind of.
That's what was bugging me out though, because I saw so much liquidity on Babe. I was like, well, something's working, because if they got that much liquidity locked into it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. And watch that. What's awesome about DeFi Llama and these assets is a majority of that liquidity is probably Kadena staked on there, and Kadena assets, right? That are all at all-time lows right now. So as soon as the market turns around and everything moves, the TVL is going to go up. Could you imagine if there's if they have a 10,000 Kadena in there locked, or 100,000 Kadena, it's $3 per Kadena. When Kadena's $9, that's going to be or $12 or $50 or $100. The TVL on Kadena is going to go through the roof.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome, man. I'm so excited to see what all these projects are going to do. CADEX was to me, man, I was probably the most excited about that project. Really freaking just was supposed to be an all-in-one. I love that CADEX was going to be a DEX. It was going to be a launch pad. It was going to be a borrowing and lending platform. It was going to be a staking. It was going to be a your first all-in-one program. Almost like the flux of Kadena, in a way. Minus the nodes and the staking. Any project that KD Launch did it really cool. They'll have a DEX and a launch pad and they work, side by side with each other. But to me, they're if it was just one asset, it would have been such a stronger single asset than two individual assets. So those are the projects that I like the most, that where you have everything all in one. Hopefully the CADEX team comes on here and clears up some of the issues and answers the questions that everybody wants to hear about that, and people forget about it.
They really need to, because they're looking kind of shady out here.
Yeah, you just gotta come on and explain yourself, whether you were in the wrong or you gotta hire an attorney to do it, to make sure that you guys aren't that's the kind of tricky part, is can they not come on here and answer questions because of legal issues?
If that's the case, they should say that, though.
They should say that. They have to put out an article. I don't really know. They don't have to do anything. They can just let it go. But, now you've got competition, and trust to me is the most important part of any crypto project.
Oh, yeah. That's what kept Cardano alive all this time.
Exactly what kept Cardano alive. Yep. So when you lose your community's trust, it's a sticky situation, And
I wonder how much of it is a New York law thing.
Very good question, my friend. Very, very good question.
It could just be a New York coded law thing.
Yeah, but when you do things like that on that caliber and you get caught doing it, that's people are giving me such a hard time, and I'm like, you guys realize, right? When the CADEX flood first happened, I was over there making hashtags like bring Daniel back. Like I thought it was complete FUD, complete BS. Like I was like, F that, man. I was the only one sticking up for CatX. And then there was like day after day, I was getting like 400 DMs a day to the point where I couldn't even open my emails. Like I couldn't keep up with my own personal Twitter DMs because I was getting so many DMs about the CatX thing that I had to make a video on it. And then I came out here and I made a video on it, and I even stuck up for him in the first video. And then I started getting messages of like actually what happened and all the documentation behind it. And I was like, oh man, like you can't, like I thought they just bought, like I thought they took community funds and they just bought CatX and they put it in their treasury wallet. I didn't know that they bought it and it went to wallets that weren't like part of the CatX treasury. They were just individual people's wallets. And then there's talks of like how Daniel got 60 wallets to KYC.
Yeah,
that's pretty wild. You know, those are the things that you just like hell, I want to know how the fuck do I get around KYC, bro? Why you holding out on?
Tell me about
why you holding out on us, man? I'm more
right,
pissed off that you got a way around KYC and we don't got one kind of thing than I am about the
people on a launch at that.
And I just thought like they're like, I don't know why they would do something like that, because the CatX treasury was $100 million. It was when KDA was like $20, you know? So like, you got a treasury with so much money. Why do you guys need to risk or do anything like that? It just didn't make sense to me. So it'd be nice to hear why they did those things, you know?
Yeah, but they, you know, who wants to answer to that if it was shady?
Nobody.
If you don't have a good answer for it,
just stay quiet, right?
Yeah. Because, you know, you're not going to say, hey, I was trying to get paid beyond belief. You're trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid.
Yeah, you're just digging the hole deeper for sure, man.
Right. Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, and you know it wasn't Daniel. Like, just Daniel wasn't acting alone, right? Like, it was a team effort, you know. And Daniel fell on the sword, so that's why I'm like, hell, like if you ain't firing the whole team, you might as well bring Daniel back, you know. Why are you making that dude fall on the sword?
Right. Well, you know they always need a fall guy.
Right.
Always.
Should have made me your fall guy. I would have taken one for the team for you guys.
Man, I don't know why they don't tap you more in general. Just
because I'm too honest, man. I
That's
don't.
probably why. Yeah.
I can't help myself, man. I say shit that I shouldn't say so much, man.
Yeah. If you see or hear or find out something that's dark, anything, you're gonna let it out.
It is, man. It's just you know. I don't really know why I do sometimes. I just feel like that's how I'm building trust on my channel, you know, and people trust my opinion, because even when I'm wrong, I come on here and say I'm wrong, you know, which is often. Right. You know, the KD launch being a perfect example, man. I was like, hell yeah, I'm so bullish on this, and then I was like, oh shit, they split it into 2 projects. I was completely wrong. But KD launch is badass, man. Anybody that has enough KDL to stake, right? If you don't live in the USA. That's your golden ticket out of the rat race, man.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. If you don't live in the U.S.
Right. Yeah, the U.S. is getting shaped now, but we might get lucky, though, you know? Especially if they do their crowdfunding now and then Kadena moons before they launch. Because if they raise $5 million in Kadena right now and Kadena's $25 by the time their project launches, they raised $125 million. So that'll be their market cap. So you're going to raise $125 million. Like, these are low cap gems if they launch at $5 million market caps. But a brand new gaming project that launches with $125 or a $250 million market cap, I'm not selling my Kadena for that. Hell no. I'll just, like, with Kadena still has 100x potential. Like, if I think Kadena has more 100x potential than the altcoin, why wouldn't I just buy more Kadena, you know? So it all depends on how low their market caps are at launch. And the lower they are, the better, because that's how Shiba became Shiba, right?
Yep.
You know, Shiba launched with $100,000 market cap, and people were literally like, I was watching people in my live stream put $1,000 into Shiba, and it was like turning into 2,000, just because they bought and maybe a couple other people bought at the same time, and there was such a little liquidity that it was literally like you were throwing in 1,000, it was 2xing. One guy made 10,000 in like a couple days. It was like just kept going up and up and up and up, and I think that Kadena is going to be similar, you know, with all these low cap gems. If they launch with really low market caps, that's what gets the buzz. When everybody's like, dude, I just got a Lambo off $1,000 in this project, right? And people FOMO into Shiba all the way up to a $40 billion market cap, you know? But without that initial stage of, you know, Shiba going from you know, $100,000 market cap to $1 billion market cap, and people already making 100x, and then or 1,000x, and then people making another 40x from, you know, Shiba going from $1 billion market cap to 40 billion. You know, that's how, if I was a gaming project, and same with NFTs, like look at the most expensive NFT projects. Launch, you know, CryptoKitties, or not CryptoKitties, CryptoPunks was free, you know, and that free starts the trading volume, and then that trading volume attracts everybody, and then when prices rise, like it seems like it's just in such everybody's best interest. Like if I was the founder and launching my own project, I'd be trying to launch with $1 million market cap, and instead of trying to raise capital, if I believed in my product, I would just buy my own assets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you really believe in your product that much, just buy your own assets, and then,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, makes sense.
But, you know, you never know. Like some of the products need to raise. But look at what Star Atlas is built with it launching with $1 million market cap.
Yeah, Star Atlas, man.
With $1 million market cap. Like that's what they launched. Their price was 0.001 something crazy low, that if you put $1,000 into it within 60 days of Star Atlas launching, you would have had $183,000 at peak. Baller, right? So any of these low projects that you guys can get into, man, it's the holy grail, man. Especially if you got a buddy that lives over in Europe or somewhere, and like you can KYC somehow. Shit, man. Get these somehow to get into these KYCs with that KD launch. That's brilliant, man.
Right.
Christopher made 50K. He just said in the comments here, he just like, I made 50K on Shiba. I know Grish put in 600 and was 320,000.
Oof.
I know I made 3 people Shiba millionaires. Embarrassed to say it, but a guy gave me $1,000 tip and gave me $1,000 tip because he made $1 million. He was watching my thing and he said he was painting his garage, and he heard me say like, oh, if you don't go out to the bar this weekend with your buddies, you know, throw whatever you throw on a bar tab and buy Shiba. And he's like, I was painting my house, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna throw $2,000 on it, and he threw $2,000 on Shiba. And that was when Shiba had less than a $20 million market cap, because the live streams had only had like 1 million.
Wow.
Yeah, it was all zeros and 8 zeros and a 1 when we first found Shiba. I think Shiba was actually a scam. I really do. I think Shiba was a complete scam rug pull, but they realized how much money they were generating from transactions and, you know, trades and everything with Shiba, and they're like, why pull the rug? We're making so much freaking money off Shiba. The best rug pulls are realizing now that don't pull the rug, right? Like you don't need to pull the rug to be really, really successful. You're actually more successful if you don't pull the rug.
Right. Yeah, they definitely were just another Doge. And then they saw that money coming in, and they were like, hold on, we can make this legitimate.
Yup. Man, I'm so excited, guys. So I'm going to jump back into my YouTube, because I got the YouTube live stream going right now with everybody waiting on me. So I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to stop in and share some KDA love and say thank you, guys, man. I appreciate you guys.
Cool, bro. See you in the YouTube.
All right. Love you guys. Bye. That was such a great talk with everybody. What up, guys? Good to see you guys. All right, let me fix my audio because I know it's really hot. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Buckle up, Crypto Granny. That was such a good chat with everybody in the community. Hearing from builders, hearing what the issues were, you know. Salton, what up, homie? Yo, Salton, good to see you, man. Long time no see. Michael T in the house, what up? D Schwagons, what up? Works, what up? Lee Smart in the house, what up, y'all? Buckle up, Crypto Granny. CKB, I sold my CKB for Kadena. 1,000 in the Shiba would have made you 700 million at peak. Whoa. Zoffel, what up, homie? Good to see you, man. Am I saying that right? Zufel? Rainier? Reiner, what up, homie? Chai King in the house. What up, y'all? Yeah, Tanner's really smart, man. Like, there's people that reach out to me like, hey, man, we should work together. We should do something together. That guy, he reached out the right way, you know. Already coding, already shit working, showing me what he's doing, what he can do, what he can't do, man. I want to work with Tanner. I want to make something with him. But nothing crazy, just something. We got some ideas. Something that you guys will like. Mike a bit hot? Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. Mic check, mic check. Should be good. Mic check, mic check. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, I see, yeah. Yo, yo, yo. All right, all right, all right. Coming at you live from the south side of